First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Oh, twisting away. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
On first down, Stafford here. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And that'll bring up second down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Cohen. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ziggy Ansah able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw on second down to Stafford. Incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go. Hey, gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down, Johnson trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, here we go. Pack 55! Pack 55!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Set up! 180!
On second down, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into the...
He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second in inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Cohen on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They run. This is Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Off the toss, Cohen. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And his kick is indeed good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Akeem Hicks. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nifty footwork at the 45. Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
We're go. Let's go. Hey, gotta go.
On 1st down, Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Let's go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Red, up. 18.
Trubisky will throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
You see it? 18. Gotta go.
Here's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
I I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Stafford. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We're go, let's go.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Red, up.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. Third down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Stafford on first down. He's going to sling this deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go now, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Going up top. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at 2nd down. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Red, up. Up. 180. Hey, 18. Red, up.
Now Trubisky on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18. Red, up. Gotta go.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Escaping the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Stafford. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Blue, blue, blue. Come on, 180.
This is Cohen. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Red, up.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
180. Hey, gotta go, gotta go. There you go, you see it, you see it? Hey, switch, behind,
From the shotgun is Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Out to his left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. On 3rd down, Johnson calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Stafford now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Now it's Stanford. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Single. Quick right.
Looking to throw on second down. Stanford over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down throw. Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Stafford now to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey, 18.
On first down, Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers now.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jarrett Davis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third and a few inches. A give. This is Montgomery. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go to Johnson again. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily